Despite a federal high court ruling to stop the convention, an Oyo High Court ordered it to proceed, and delegates went ahead and elected a new National Working Committee led by former Minister Kabiru Turaki, SAN. But the shakeup hasn't united the party. Some governors, like those from Adamawa and Plateau, have publicly distanced themselves from the expulsions. On Sunday Politics Tonight, we'll dig into what the convention's outcomes mean for the PDP's future and what they signal for Nigeria's wider opposition landscape. Joining me is political analyst Professor Udenta Udenta, who will help us unpack the implications. Thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure to be with you this evening.
Professor, I see you smiling. Are you happy at the seeming demise of the PDP?
Whatever the situation is in life, you must find reason to smile. Smile or laughter ennobles the soul, makes you comfortable, and then calm and reassured. And then you can then face the vicissitudes of existence with equanimity. So I'm comfortable that our democracy.
Well, that's good. I'm happy with this, your opening remarks, which is positive.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a positive night tonight.
I hope so too.
Well, the convention has come and gone of what some people within the PDP say it's a faction of the PDP, not the real PDP. And that's because the convention itself was marred before then by uncertainties. You can hear court battles here, court battles there, and all kinds of things. The PDP practically limped to this convention. And people are saying, well, in effect, this is more or less like the death warrant or the nunc dimittis of the PDP. Do you agree?
2 days or 3 days ago, I was watching Sky News from UK. And analysts, they were talking about the factions in the Labour Party. The governing party, not the opposition party in the UK. The governing party led by Keir Starmer is embroiled in some difficult situations with leading lights of his party. Analysts were talking the way we're here about factions, deep divisions and factions within the party. Okay, those who believe in his vision, those who are against his vision, plotting for his downfall, working for him to survive. Is he the Chancellor of the Exchequer, the Home Secretary, and so on? Factions are normal in political organizations, including political parties. The governor of Anambra State, Professor Gadu, got re-elected the other day. I think it was only 3-4 months ago that the factional battle in Abuja ended after 15 years or more. Abated. Abuja has produced governors in the midst of factional battles, produced senators, produced members of House of Representatives. So factionally fighting in PDP is normal. What is abnormal about the party's own cases? When factions fight, I was Secretary of Alliance for Democracy. I always loved that appellation because we are those who founded this republic. We constructed this republic. We know where the navel is buried. We had factions in AD. We had factions in many other parties. But so the party kept functioning. No, factions do not stop parties from functioning. What happens is the faction legal? The legality of the faction is what matters. If you have 2 or 3 people claiming to represent a party, there's a regulator called INEC. That regulator has the final say about who is authentic leadership or who are the members of the leadership of the party. That's why people can be submitting candidates for various elections.
INEC was boycotted the...
Yes, I'm coming to that. I'm talking about factions have been issue. Whether factions are normal, they are normal in parties. The problem with this factional battle in PDP is simple. You, as a leading light of Trust TV, employed by this organization to develop it and advance it, you found yourself working at the same time with a rival organization who want to do a hostile takeover of Trust Television. But you tell the whole world that you are a proud member of this part of this organization. You're advancing the cause of Trust Television. They say, okay, but we saw you the other place. We are doing something for that other side. And that's why I want to take you guys down. They've made it public that they'll bring you down. And you're working there and working here. That means you don't get internal faction battle within the party. There's an external hand dictating the direction of the factional battle in the party. That's what played out at Ibadan when he suspended a bunch of people who the party claimed. It's not that they are fighting for the soul of the party, to represent the party, for their own ideas, to triumph over other people's ideas. But they are fighting to destroy the party, dismantle it, to create a one-party scenario for the country. Because a lot of the members of those desperate work for another, the president of the country, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he's of the APC. So whoever is supporting him either as a minister or as anything whatsoever, does not believe in the vision of the PDP anymore. Your job as a minister, whoever you are, is to help elect or re-elect the president. But a faction is when you and I belong to a party. We have no external force or body guiding or teleguiding our motivations, our principles, our operations. We are simply fighting that this party should go to the left, that's all radical. This one should go to the right, then the conservative, should be at the middle, liberal. That kind of factional battle is normal. But the one we are an unseen hand, sometimes even a seen hand from outside.
But to many people who have seen the trajectory of PDP, let's look at it, the historical, line of PDP. Many people regard it as actually the party of Nigeria because it has, a line of trajectory starting from the NRC, NCNC days to the NPN days, right down to the PDP, to NRC, yes, then right down to PDP. And in fact, a great number of the political who's who in Nigeria cut their teeth with PDP. Now PDP, the party that really started the political race, the civilian political dispensation from 1999 to date, it's now that even promised that projected that it was going to rule for about 60 years or more, it's now struggling for its life. To breathe.
Okay, fine.
Do you believe, for instance, that the phoenix will rise from this?
Now, let me tell you, anybody who constructs this kind of history, almost like a linear, a party of Nigeria, that's not true. PDP is a legacy party. I understand that. But I say I was the Secretary of Alliance for Democracy. That means I was at the beginning, 1998. AD, as the party then was called, and APP as the party then was called, combined together to form a unified force, not for the election, but as an entity. The original APP was bigger than PDP. And it manifested itself in the fact that APP, at the end of the day, with all the weakening from 98 to 99, won 8 or 9 states in the north, and AD won 6 states in the southwest. A total of how many states? Almost 14, 15, almost like a double. So APP and AD combined in 1998-99 was as powerful as the PDP. So the PDP didn't represent the totality of Nigerian political assumptions and beliefs and persuasions. It was very dominant, understand, but it was just like a factional, again, wing of the political elite, who, of course, as you said, got their bearing from the Second Republic, a few from the First Republic when they were very young, and then from the Third Republic that was aborted. The rest of us in the Alliance for Democracy represented a civic energy, those that fought the military, those that came from the street, that suffered detention, suffered exile, and so on, while APP then was representative of the much more conservative political elite, both of the North and of the West and of the South. In fact, in the West, even, the AD was dominant. Alani Bankole was there, the father of the speaker, who became the speaker one time, and then people like Hamid Kusamutu and the rest of them. If you come to the East, what a number of Nzeribe, Iwanyangu, they are not being players in the system. So APP and AD were very strong and dominant in their own way, but PDP was overarching, representing actually the liberal, wing, what you can say, little to the left and a little to the right, mainstream of political, play, theater in Nigeria. But when a party like PDP and other parties too lack deep ideological and philosophical anchor, if they lose power, ultimately the game of party becomes a special purpose vehicle, SPV. The party became a special purpose vehicle, an instrument to attain power. If that power is lost, people look at it and say, what am I doing here? Here is the other party that is now in power with a lot of resources, patronage to dispense. So the weakening of PDP started, first and foremost, 2013, when some governors rebelled against the sitting president. Remember the 5 governors who rebelled against President Jonathan, and then 2015 when he conceded.
But look, sir, a lot of people felt that the Ibadan Convention was the last hope, the last chance for the PDP to redeem itself, to recover its losses, and to recharge and move on.
The PDP has, for me, I'm not a member of the party, but I know the internal dynamic forces within the party. The Ibadan Convention was a watershed, and it delivered what those who believe in the party expected it to deliver.
Yeah, but there's a danger of the parties, the outcome of the party's convention not being recognized by INEC. And there were 5 out of the 8 governors that remained. The party has only 5 were there, and among the 5, two, the governors of Plateau and Adamawa, practically washed their hands from what transpired at the convention.
You see, politics.
So PDP is virtually left now with
the game of politics and power is a battle that rages all over the place every day, every week, every month, every year. You had a convention that was compelling in the way it was nuanced. You have a convention that delivered on the set goals of that convention. You have some governors who expressed reservations about certain decisions. What is in Dolondoro? I was explaining to you before we came on air. It is you draw it here, you draw it there. You express your frustration, you express your angst, you express your bitterness. The leaders of the party will sit down with those who oppose with certain decisions and said, this is the reason why we took this decision. It works well for the people of this country, not just for the governors. If the governor wants to walk because he don't like a decision, he walk. The PDP actually was anchored as power to the people. I was having a conversation earlier in the day. I said, it is even better that some of these governors should even go too. The governor don't represent the people. The people are waiting for 2027 when they will teach a lot of people a lesson from the president to the governors that you don't own us. If we give you a mandate, that mandate is expressed in the symbol and identity of a party, not you. You don't have a name of a party, of a member. I'm coming. Yeah. You don't have a name of a member in the ballot paper which are going to people can't vote for. It's the party. So if you simply rescue the party, first and foremost, rescue the party, hold the party together, overcome the legal challenges, don't mind those who would like to go. 2027 is far, not too near, for the party to rebuild together with other forces within the system that will fight against the one-party state. So we may have now a large behemoth of APC gorging on the political food of the day, becoming flatulent and bloated with obesity of power. They have the rest of the people ready to deal the decisive blow. Don't forget 2023. A man came calling without a governor, without a minister, without a senator, without a rep. God to be at the Labour Party, unknown. He smashed through all these things. PDP should rebuild itself in that model, that this is the party of the people. The governors who do not want the decision like it there should either come in and say, this is the reason why I took that decision, be part of it, or you go. It's a simple thing. That's why they went through and did what they did at Ibadan. No,
but hold on a minute, sir.
Yes.
Let me, Prof. You know, the critical factor here is that the convention itself, I mean, the INEC, which is supposed to recognize whatever
INEC does recognize convention. That's the mistake people make. What INEC we hold you responsible to is, did you give INEC 21-day notice? Have read some of the legal briefs on this matter. 21-day notice INEC requires of you. The party gave it to INEC. That will take a step back.
So why wasn't INEC there?
I'm coming. When they take a step back, the national secretary of the party then, as he was, Senator Nyango, came back on board at the meeting the party held with INEC. He and Damagun and INEC and leaders of the party held almost 3 NEC meetings. Every matter pertaining to the convention was signed off on record with INEC, every single matter. What happened was that weeks before the convention, some people went to court in Abuja and secured an injunction stopping the convention. So others went to court in Ibadan, saying, no, this convention will go on. When they have decisions of courts of coordinate jurisdiction and power, coordinate power, what do? Do you ignore the decision of the party of the court in Ibadan to say, I will not do a convention when they've given you the leeway? What INEC did was to go to Ibadan and tell the court there, we will not like to monitor, not observe, not sanction, not legalize it, observe it. Because they've given us all the notice we require. We go there and observe it, but we don't want to because we don't feel we should based on the decision by the court in Abuja. The court in Ibadan said, no, I have no time to listen to you today. I'll listen to you later. INEC took his own decision. We're going to come to that in this conversation. If the court ultimately rules in favor of the PDP, what happens? INEC is the one to be sanctioned. You should have gone to that convention. But if you're going to that convention, you have annoyed the court in Abuja. You didn't go, you have annoyed the court in Ibadan. You decided not to go. So which means you have aligned with the court in Abuja. For some reason, that INEC is almost like a tool, not of the establishment of the power brokers of the day, not longer as the arbiter of party differences. PDP had enough time given INEC to resolve this matter before the courts. That's many legal opinions I'm even reading as we entered here. If the party has written, Damagu wrote to and said, we have suspended the national secretary there. We have given notice of a convention. INEC has internal legal mechanisms and external legal support to say, before the court will weigh in, this is our stand. Recognize Anya, we recognize Adamagu as the chairman of the party. of his NWC as the legitimate one and the BOT led by Mwabara, as the legitimate one. So any court now intervening will intervene on the knowledge that INEC has spoken. In keeping silent when he should speak eloquently, INEC is complicit in the crisis. That's why they did not go to Ibadan to observe, not to legalize it, just to observe it. A court will rule tomorrow, maybe Supreme Court or Supreme Court, and said, INEC, we hold you in contempt for your stupidity in not going to Ibadan. Or otherwise. See, when you have a matter in court, you calm down. Not just us in the studio. The country will calm down. The PDP relying on Supreme Court, extra Supreme Court rulings, on the supremacy of the party in running its affairs and believing that it has done so on the basis of the laws of the land and the laws of the party, has gone on to do a convention. Others feel otherwise. The matter will be litigated in court. Don't forget there's a bigger crisis. The party is not just beginning a life on NWC. This current NWC headed by Demagu will end on 9th or 10th of December, less than a month from now. After there is a vacuum. That means the party itself will not even survive without a convention. Because once you don't have a convention, you don't have a new slate of leaders. And the tenure of the old one will go.
No, let's look at this. Let's look at this very clearly. The PDP is it's now on the skids, so to speak.
It is not.
No, let me make the point.
That's what people think.
I
will speak for the party, but if I'm speaking for the party, I will reject that categorization.
But let me just make the point, because I'm going to conclude the assessment. PDP is now, well, let me just, so that it doesn't scare you. PDP...
Not this case, we are not a member of PDP. I'm an analyst and a foundational member of this republic.
PDP is on the throes of a number of issues.
Which is natural in life.
But this is almost like a life-threatening one. Mm-hmm. And the most even injurious, issue within PDP is that many of its top members have left the party. Some are on the verge of leaving the party.
Yes.
I believe that PDP has about 8 governors now. Mm-hmm. By the time in the next couple of months, it may end up having just about 5 or so governors, while APC is expanding, is becoming like a behemoth.
I said it's gorging, over-gorging.
It's like a behemoth.
And becoming flatulent.
Exactly.
And obese.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
yes.
The end of the day, there is the APC is on the verge of, as PDP is getting thinner and thinner, APC is getting bigger and bigger.
Okay.
Surely when you get into the political battle, the man with the big battalions will win.
The PDP is going thinner and thinner because governors are deserting. That is politics, calculated politics of elite consciousness, which is even anti-mass, anti-people, anti-popular, the popular spirit of politics and power. That's what they're describing. And I don't blame you, because as I said, it is a mindset constructed over the generation, over the long period of time, that once there are big people here and there. But I told you here, I don't speak for Labour. I'm not a member. 2023, you were here. Somebody came from relative obscurity, took his destiny in his hand, and that of millions of Nigerians, and some people still claim like he won. He had not a single governor. I'm coming. He had not said that. I'm answering you. He said if the governor desert. The party's foundational spirit is the power to the people, not power to the governors. If I'm one of the leaders of this new PDP, I would love this moment that if some of the governors who are fickle-minded, cowardly, with their tails between their legs, like my governor of Enugu State, Peter Mba, and the rest of them, should decide the party. Reclaim the party's high moral ground and high populist ground. Rebuild it, you have enough time, and showcase it as a clear alternative. You know why? PDP lives in every village, even the governor desired. That's why you saw people there in their thousands, because for 26, 27 years, the party has been there operating in every home. In my own home, my other brother is a leader of the PDP. He's still there in Enugu State. In the next compound, there are people there. What you need to do is animate it with a profoundly strategic spirit of direction. If you have a former President Jonathan, if he's up to the task to say, I will run even with the party in its smallest form, or a P2B, bring him on board. It's home drive, run. You know why? Because Nigerians will begin to see two Nigerias emerging. The upper crust of the 1% of the governors, for some reason, behaving like councillors and gravitating towards a party that is overgorging the APC. Then the people watching them to say, for example, in Enugu, APC had only 2 or 3% of the vote in 2023. Now suddenly all the chairmen are APC. All the reps are APC. All the senators are APC. That's the inorganic way of building a party. It is not in the heart of the people. You must use extra muscle. You must use intimidation. You must use the INEC to get through. And once the people's will is stout and resolute, they will teach the governor again, teach others a lesson. 2027.
Do you see
so
this?
That is not a way to say that the party is diminishing. The governors are fleeing, a few of them. The strong ones are there. Senator Bala Mohammed, the chairman of the Governors Forum, has been leading this charge for a year and a half, battling against immense odds. Look at Sheyi Makinde. I'm proud of him too. He stood his ground. He had the convention in the southwest in Oyo State. The few of them like that, the people will say, these are the leaders we want. Not this kind of other leaders.
I heard
before even the first gunshot is heard.
I heard the newly elected leader of the party, Kabiru Turaki,
yes.
SAN, saying that he's going to return the party to the people. That is to say, this is the direction that the party is going to take.
If I'm going to speak for the party, he should return it to the people. By doing what? Implicating the elite across all the parties in this crisis of underdevelopment.
But don't forget
because
that
if you're
in 2015,
yes.
this same PDP was rejected by the people. Now, do you think that the people would now return to the PDP?
We have a saying in my place, and I'm sure you have it in your place too. If a woman marries two husbands, she will know the one that is better. The people married PDP. After a while, felt the party wasn't doing too well, and they married another husband, the APC, from Buhari to Bola Tinubu. They now know wiser. That Tinubu has even intensified the poverty-driven vision of the late President Buhari. That he has intensified the chaos and incoherence and disorder in the system. He's not been able to battle with the insecurity. He's focused, razor sharp focused. Obsessed with coming back 2027. So he took his eyes off this policy ball. That's why America is threatening to come and bomb, because there is no time spent on strategic formulation to stop terrorism or extremism and so on. There's no time to rebuild the economy. You have taken Naira, floated it. You've taken subsidy, removed it, and yet you're borrowing all over the place. And poverty is increasing from 133 million under Buhari to 139 million under your watch. So Nigerians have seen this and they note it. And it's not a theoretical thing we're doing on the stage here. You come from the home. You have a car. You put fuel inside it. You feed your family. You know whether life is better for you now than 2023. In 2027, this government will run on its record. Not a future promise, aspirational promise. It is what I've accomplished. That means the party will now realize the good old days, not just nostalgia of Jonathan, great economy, the biggest in Africa, doing the web the best he could. Genuine intention to stop terrorism. Today, the Chibok guests are still not back completely. Dapchi guests are still not come back. They can even see social stability. They can see humaneness. That look at that unity fountain. That's where they protested, bring back the guests and pump this government. Today, it is gated by the DSS. Social spaces are now shrinking. Civic voices are dying off. Media is being harassed. Labor is being harassed. Parties are shrinking, being destroyed. Nigerians are noticing all these things. That's why the PDP under Jonathan elevated conversation, multi-party conversation, to a very high degree. Why they believe so much in liberal practices in the democratic order? This one is illiberal, authoritarian, what we call competitive authoritarianism, a hybrid regime that uses the cyber law to chase journalists from pillar to post, that tells you that the labor leaders have committed terror financing, that they put on the head of the NLC president, that party should not even exist to contest an election, where multiplicity of viewpoints will guide voters' choices.
But don't you think...
So they know all these things. That's what it will be in 2027.
Don't you think that, yes, okay, yeah, what we see on the ground, existential crisis on the ground, yes, they are very, 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 very
real.
Very real.
It's not me and you talking about it here.
But will that be enough for people to say, look, okay, we have the new husband, we have an agency, like I told you now. It's not enough. In radical science, Marx will say, Karl Marx will say, a class in itself and a class for itself. That's what you're saying. Yeah, what
a class in itself means we recognize the problems, we understand the difficulties. The objective conditions are there for change to occur. In this means, are we mobilized now? Are we ready to take our destiny in our hands? I talked about it.
Do you think the Nigerian people,
that's what I'm saying, that is
now in their throes, in their difficulties, will be minded to go back to PDP if they reject the APC?
What do you think we are doing here? We are enlightening people. We are not seducing them to a mindset. We are clarifying things for them. We are making these issues that may be confusing to them lighter, easier for them to understand. They will appreciate it that PDP or APC or Labour Party or SDP will never solve all the problems of the country. They are not qualified to. But that if the APC has done so badly and PDP did relatively better, it suits the
But I want to take you to a French saying,
party.
the French saying which says, the more something changes, the more it stays the same. Mm-hmm. The PDP was ousted in 2015 because it did not do what Nigerians expected it to do. And then they found themselves in the arms of APC. And which you now say...
I'm not saying, which is clear for everybody that this government has failed. But this government has equally failed.
It's an embrace of iron. So now, would the Nigerian people who are now facing difficulties under the APC, mm-hmm. will say, we threw APC in the past, we threw PDP in the past, now with APC. You want us to go back to PDP, back to Egypt?
A lot of people will
back to Egypt.
A lot of people will tell you that maybe the APC has learned some lessons of Jonathan's own concession in 2015. But they shouldn't learn that kind of bad lesson that the president conceded. He didn't concede, he didn't lose because he didn't perform. It's a matter we cannot litigate here completely. Maybe another show will be devoted to that. We can sit down and say, did you weaponize a lot of things? Weaponize the bring back the gears, the Chibok gas abduction. Did you weaponize propaganda? Did you bring America to intrude and intervene? Did you go to Washington there? Did the mission of Obama bring back the gears for the global community to see the first leader of America wearing the shirt? For what reason? Did Kerry come here to berate the president, to instruct INEC on what to do and what not to do? There are many reasons beyond performance. As I said, Jonathan grew the economy to be the biggest in Africa. He stabilized the naira, the dollar exchange rate. I can go on and on. Again, he was a listening leader. Remember the so-called riot led by the APC characters over the first subsidy removal. What did he do? He took a step back. He reduced the price again and then did what? He set up Shopee. And Shopee, as you know as a journalist, had very practical programs it was implemented at that stage in education, infrastructure, road building, and so on. So the party didn't actually fail in 2015. There are many compelling reasons why it didn't fail, because they didn't perform. There are even some moral issues over zoning and so on. I won't go into here. People may even say, you may have been doing very well, but we don't feel it is the turn of your area to be that present that time. That's why people walked out, not outsiders. Party leaders, governors, who were benefiting from the party. They have not complained in terms of performance. The party, the 5 governors who left with Saraki and Atiku, didn't say, we are leaving Jonathan because he's not performing. They left for some other reasons, not reasons of performance. Those reasons are integral part of why
that let's take you back to the PDP itself.
Okay.
Or rather, I don't know whether
this convention.
This convention. Do you sense critically and clearly that the PDP, as it is presently constituted, can bring up a candidate that can mobilize these disenchanted Nigerians and lead us to a new dawn, different from the PDP of old and different from the APC? I
can't even say PDP of old, because the best moment of Nigeria in terms of governance, not in terms of ideas, I believe that my party ideas, the party then had better ideas, but we didn't govern. If you look at the 16 years of Obasanjo to Yorodo to Jonathan and the last 10 years of APC, there's no way you can compare. The other one was bright spots here and there. This one is sheer darkness all over the place. So they didn't fail because of that. And the party didn't win APC because PDP failed. There are many compelling reasons outside failure why the party lost or Jonathan conceded. Okay, put it that way. Why he conceded without a fight. Now, what happens is that I evolved something I call 5 keys to power. 5 keys to power. The first is civic mobilization. You don't need a single party like PDP alone to bring down this government. This government should be brought up. This government is an outlier. This government is morally complicit. This government, if you allow this government to succeed and go further, democracy will vanish in this land. Multi-party democracy type we know, competitive democracy. So we need civic voices out there to support the political engine, engine room, incubating this challenge.
But the party
that's number one. Then you need the people to rally around the party, the PDP, because the other parties are smaller in scope. If you look at the Labour Party, look at SDP, look at even the new ADC and so on, they want to have the infrastructure and the spread. So people should do what the APC even did in 2013. They selected somebody, an arrowhead called Mohamed Buhari, who said, we anchor our faith on this guy. We subsume our own ambitions. That's why I have a Milokum 8 years after. He could have contested 2015. He said, no, Buhari is better suited to do it. After 8 years, if you don't give it to me, I'll take it by force as it were from the party. And he did. So the second thing is build this infrastructure resistance around the party and then get an arrowhead. Maybe former President Jonathan, maybe P2B, because it is South now, South and turn to say, you go and do the 2027. Other people will wait in the wings. Those in the North, 2031, they can have their shot. That's number 2. 3, unveil a program of action to rescue this country from this mess we're in. 5, distribute power and offices by consulting the people themselves ahead of time. And 5, campaign that is robust in energy. Mobilize civic resistance, democratic resistance on the ambit of the law, constitutional law, and said, we will defend our vote, our mandate. We don't care whether the 36 governors are with you, or 31 governors, or 30 governors. It doesn't matter to the people. We're going to teach you a lesson of your life for abandoning the mandate we gave you and scrolling in the dark the party that has failed. You are going to the center that has failed already. Which state in the country run by APC is better than any state run by PDP or run by any other party? I can't see anyone.
No, but look.
So why are you going there?
Looking at the PDP that is, struggling to fend off blows.
It is not. You see,
to fend off blows from APC, the assaults.
Let us put it this way:
how can it even mobilize itself to even mobilize the people of Nigeria against this APC?
The first step is taking this convention, because you're not doing the convention because you love to do the convention. It is historically compelling to do the convention. If you don't do the convention, you play into the hands of those who hate the party, to the hands of the presidency of APC and internal quislings within the party, the quislings within the PDP itself. Why do I say so? I narrated to you here that by 9th December or 10th December, the tenure of this Odesco will have died. And in a factional infighting, if you don't have a convention to not lead a new ESCO there, you end up squabbling over who will constitute the caretaker committee. You may not have 2 caretaker committees. Now I cannot have it. You know why? Because to do a convention, you must have done all the internal processes. And INEC is away. The PDP fulfilled congresses in many states. There could be some dispute here and there. That's why it's in court. Fulfilled all the requirements of law, all the letters, all the meetings, all the invitations, everything was done. So you can't wake up tomorrow and say, I'm a second faction, I'm doing a convention. It is grounded on nothing. This one is grounded on something. And if you don't do it now, the party will not have opportunity of having this slate of leaders post 10th December 2025. What then do? You've done the convention. You stand on some strong legal grounds. The party is an independent, autonomous force. It can act for itself and not every small person, every small member of the party, individual member saying, I don't like this the party is doing. Take him to court, take the party to court. I don't like this one, take the party to court. Where will it begin and end? That was rude.
Let's go to what transpired at the convention. Some very important personalities within the party were expelled. And the expulsion itself.
The convention is the highest organ of the party, bigger than the NEC, bigger than NWC, bigger than the BOT, bigger than the Governors Forum, no matter how powerful these ones are. Once convention speaks, it is final, it's authoritative.
Yeah, but two important personalities within the party, the governors of Plateau and governors of Adamawa. But I've told you here in our convention. Adamawa's governor is even the chairman of the convention. And he has come out to distance himself.
Is a human being. He may have some resentment or some ill will toward that decision by the overall convention. In politics, what do we normally say? The minority will have their say, the majority their way. If he's a Democrat and actually he's a Democrat, that's why they put him as chairman of the convention, and he's second-term governor anyway to have one re-election. I don't like this personally. I don't think we should have gone to this extent, but the people have spoken. The convention has spoken, so shall it be. It is gaveled down. Same with the one in Plateau. So if the one in Plateau, which is a state in the middle belt that is a percent of PDP power from Solomon La to now, you want to walk to APC, walk to APC if that is what you want to do. Because if you're not happy with it, you sit down with the leaders of the party, the new leadership, with the chairman of the Governors Forum, Senator Bala Mohammed, with the chairman of the BOT, Senator Mwabara, and then other, people who lead the party, maybe the NAS caucus leader, Senator Abamoro, said, I'm not comfortable with this. Explain better to me why you took this decision was taken at the convention. Said, we too may not be too comfortable with it, but the convention has spoken. Let's rally around the convention. And that's said what the convention has decided.
You should bear in mind that the convention itself would be definitely challenged, and that, in fact, it's already challenged.
It is.
And who in its right mind within the PDP and elsewhere would want to contest elections under PDP or would want to take positions in ADP,
the joy is that...
wait, let me just land. When he knows definitely that there are a lot of legal minefields, and he may be caught up in the legal issues that will come up later regarding PDP's the PDP's positions and all that.
Okay.
So
now,
how can
let me put it this way? A new ESCO has been elected, but not sworn in. If INEC, we may not be lawyers, but if INEC were to invite political parties to a meeting tomorrow, it will invite PDP. PDP will not go with Kabiru Turaki's son. He's been elected, not sworn in. It will either, but Damago will be invited, Mr. Damago or Abdurrahman. I would like to see INEC invite Abdurrahman to a meeting. Where did he emerge from? Damago is completed a tenure of Yochi Ayu from 4 years ago. So in INEC, there is a name called Ambassador Ilyasu or Ilya Damagun, chairman of PDP. You can stay in a beer parlor or in some government offices and say, I removed him. That is your choice, as I said, in factional fighting. That's why people have been producing governors and other people there, even in factional fight. It is what is in INEC. Damagun Ambassador, Damagun is the chairman of PDP. And he led this convention. That means at the end of the day, INEC knows that the party still has the chairman. Secondly, the party had no choice than to do a convention before the tenure of this other one lapses. And thirdly, elections will be held for 2027 at a date to be determined in future. The legal imbroglio of fireworks will not persist for life. As much as the legal foundation of the Nigerian state, the authority of the Federal Republic is pressed in law, and INEC regulations and electoral act weigh heavily in favor of Damagun as the leader of the PDP and what has been accomplished at Ibadan. The legal maneuvers will continue 2, 3, 4 more down the line. And if you have powerful civic voices raised, warning about the danger of INEC not being clear, coming clear about what the issues in PDP are and who represents the party. If you don't have the judiciary being careful, I'm not saying they should not do their job, being careful that their job, the exercise of their duty does not jeopardize our democracy, imperil it. The way some people, maybe in this government, will want it imperiled. Then, anybody who wants to contest election, the PDP should have no fear, because no election is coming today or tomorrow. Election is going to be 2027. You have enough time. By that time, possibly, God forbid, you don't have a clarity. INEC can refuse to speak. INEC is complicit with the presidency, with the APC, and so on. The new INEC chairman have been procured to ensure that this dismantling of opposition parties must be accelerated. Maybe that's what he wants. I don't know. Then people can now say, let's go to a safer place. But now we haven't gotten there. The party took a right decision to hear this convention, took other crucial decisions, may be very, very controversial. At the end of the day, through the process of Ndolondoro, through this, seesaw you told me earlier, move this way, you move this way. You concourse. You do what? Jaw. You don't war. In which you have people deliberating, intersubjective rational dialogic. But deliberations, conversations, dialogue, reaching common ground.
Prof,
then the party can move on.
Let's look at that. Well, that's a positive outlook for PDP and perhaps the Nigerian political
Not just the PDP, not just PDP, but for democracy.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, that you cannot, for instance, ignore the legal and political mobilization minefields that are ahead of the opposition. And PDP is one of the key parties of the opposition.
You know why I'm interested about this party so much? People ask me about PDP. As I said, I'm not a member. I was a member of Alliance for Democracy. After that, I don't have the card of a party. But I believe in liberal democracy to an extent. It's not the best for us anyway, but it's what is functional today. For me, there should be a radical reconstruction of our politics, the domain of our politics, and even our philosophical considerations and political power seeking. Liberal democracy has run its muffled course in Africa. It is not delivering the goods, but that's what we have. And with what we have, PDP as a legacy party must be protected, because through that protection, you protect the infrastructure of multi-party democracy.
But you must protect itself first.
I'm not saying yes. And if sometimes when you have a party, fighting for its life, fighting for its destiny and its legacy, it doesn't stop at the party alone helping. That's why I say civic voices. My first key is civic mobilization. Because now when you have a government that is intentional about power, a government that's capricious about the application of power, a government that is distracted even with the fight against terrorism, a government that will not even know that Trump was going to speak because they don't even understand what is going on. A government without ambassadors for 2 years. They don't even care. They only care. The narrow focus is on how to come back to power 2027. This is a wake-up call now for everybody, including that government. that he cannot have it here at every point in time. As you are plotting here, people are plotting there. Look at what Trump has done for the past 2 weeks for the country. Reset everything, recalibrated our understanding of power and relationships, the strategic relations in the world. So this could be a wake-up call too for the party that PDP has had a successful convention. I've spoken to lawyers who have been on air about this matter. And INEC should be careful. Every step INEC takes now will be watched under close scrutiny. If INEC helps this government to implode PDP or the presidents in the rank who have been now taken, evacuated from the party, we hold INEC responsible. The reputation of the current INEC will be damaged even before you get to 2027. They should now, as a regulator, wake up to his responsibilities. He checked those responsibilities at a battle by relying on some decision of a court. I'm happy that this matter has not ended. The moment a superior court, maybe a appeal court, Supreme Court, rules finally that INEC should have gone to battle, citing the battle ruling, INEC understands that Nigerians are watching closely. That's number one. Number two, the judiciary. That is not just taking down a small party. You want to take down PDP. Without PDP, there's a lot of gap. Of course, there are many other entities coming out there. There's a new party within the wings. There's ADA within the wings there. That means somehow or the other, there will be parties around. But the one that is big, the one that is massive, the one with spread, protect it. If you want as a judiciary to take it down, to pave way for this current government to come back in a leisurely re-entry format, we will resist it. We keep speaking our mind under the ambit of the law. We're not going to break the law. We follow the Constitution, but we'll be very robust in our engagement the way we're being robust. But
let me take you back to what President Tinubu said at some point. He said, look, well, I won't help the opposition to stand on its feet. If the more problems they have, the more...
Have you seen anybody caught in the act? I said on one studio somewhere, this powerful, it's like a rap music, but it's like pop rap. It wasn't me. One day I'll play the music to you. It wasn't me. When you're caught in the couch doing certain things, he said it wasn't me. You're caught in the bathroom, it wasn't me. Maybe question of infidelity and stuff like that. He said, no, it wasn't me, even though you're caught. I don't expect the president to say otherwise. It wasn't him. It's opposition who want to die. They want to destroy themselves. They don't want to live.
Yeah, he said so.
I'm sorry telling you that it wasn't him. So how will he have said the man caught in the couch said it wasn't me, he didn't see right. The man caught in the bathroom or bedroom said, no, it wasn't me. So even if you catch the president, he said it wasn't me, the parties just want to kill themselves. They don't want to fight me. I don't believe that. Only a small baby will believe that. They said the witch cries at night, baby dies in the morning. And as I said, when you're working for here, Trust TV, and then you are equally employed in an adversarial company that want to do a hostile takeover of this company, working for that, I wonder what that represents. That means people have been craftily curated and planted into the party, PDP. From the man who said it doesn't concern him.
Yeah, but he says, look, it's not...
I don't say it doesn't concern him, but the people who are working for him are driving it. That means it doesn't concern him.
Prove it.
I'm saying, what is there to prove? I'm giving you an example. You working here, you're working in another company that want to take this one down. But it wasn't you. And you're simply telling, look, I believe in the vision and mission of Trust TV. But it's, we saw you on the other TV, fighting and shouting and screaming against this one, where you're working. He said, no, it wasn't me. I'm just doing my own job there. And I believe in the vision of Trust TV here too. That's the only way I can explain it at this stage. When the time comes, when we use not the language of masquerade, but the language of mortals, not the language of spirits in this matter. You see Professor Udenta on this table calling names. Today, I cease in calling names with my gloves on. When the gloves are off, we will find out who it was. Not it wasn't me. We will implicate them in this struggle now to destroy liberal democracy and dismantle multi-party democracy in Nigeria. We will be there to do it. But for now, it is important that the PDP should do what? Take a little bit of breath. Take a little bit of lap of honor for having managed to pull off a convention.
So you believe in effect that
of course
the phoenix will rise?
No, the problem is I don't even a good, I don't like the analogy. A phoenix is when you're down completely out, burning to ashes, then I rise up the ashes. But I mean, don't burn. The party has been fighting, as I said, for 2 years. People have driven this process of party revampment, party resurrection, party regeneration. And I say that at the head of the table, I will give kudos to the governor of Bauchi State, Senator Bala Mohammed, chairman of the Governors Forum, fought a bitter political war to get to where the party got to. Sheyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State, he said what he delivered in Ibadan. Chairman of the BOT, he find him, Senator Mambara. Then when the new governor fled from the party, cowardly fled from the party, joined the APC, Senator Ben Obi stepped in as the secretary of the convention committee, flying from here and there, driving from here and there. So there are people there who did not go to sleep, who have been working here for the party to be where it is. So he didn't really die like the phoenix out of the ashes.
But don't you think that there are some quislings still remaining in the PDP that would also help?
There will always be quislings.
So then, if you have those quislings,
you know what you do? You know what you do, eh? In our place, he said, if you smite his neck at the head, the tail will be wagging for a long while. The remaining quislings are like the tail. They are wagging for a long while, writhing in pain and fear. It will die off eventually. What the party needs now is resolute will, a reconstruction of its original vision, reanimation of its original vision rather, not reconstruction, reanimating the original vision of power to the people. Tap into the soul of Nigerians in their million to say, this party has had a journey of power and a journey out of power. This party has faced vicissitudes, obstacles. This party has rebounded now. We're going to do this legal fight and we're going to win. We're going to do the political remobilization. We will succeed.
But you are not a member of PDP. You are eloquently...
I'm not a member, but I said... Yes.
Yeah. But do you sense the people in PDP have this kind of thinking? Because...
I'm sure they do, because...
Are you going to be a consultant?
Let me put it this way. I'm not actually lobbying for a job, because I've been a player in this system for a long while now. That means I know virtually all the characters in town. I know the elements in APC, I know the elements in SDP, in Labour Party, in the new, ADC, and in the new ADA information. I know the PDP intimately well. Don't forget, I was once upon a time, the DG of the presidential candidate of the party, one of the candidates, Bukar Saraki. I was the deputy DG of Atiku campaign. I was the spokesman of Jonathan during the time with late Senator Fanyoba. And of course, I was the DG of Senator Bukla.
Okay, well,
I'm coming. Yes,
we're conscious of the time now. Perhaps maybe you could wrap up.
I know the party intimately well, and I am close enough to the leadership of the party. So I have this sentiment that the recovery of PDP is survival. It's not just a survival of a party; it's a survival of multi-party democracy. So I will simply see that all hands have to be on deck to rescue the country, and to do that, we need a strong party, evenly spread across the country like PDP, standing firm.
Thank you very much, Professor Udenta. We have quite a lot to speak, but as you can see, it's quite a lot to chew on, to unpack.
Absolutely.
This hour is not enough for us, but I think we've done quite a lot. Viewers, we've been talking with Professor Udenta Udenta, a consummate political analyst, as you can see, and of course, he has helped us at least unpack some of the implications and the fallout of the Ibadan Convention. I hope that you'll join us next time we come on this program. Again, we'll bring you another analyst, to discuss the issues that are, happening in the country, and I hope that you join us when we call on you. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. We hope to be back next week